animal life. So here, firstly, we will be going to discuss about different methods of moving. All right. So why do animals move? Animals mainly move due to all these three reasons which are mentioned over here. Okay. The very first point is animals move mainly in search of food. Secondly, they also move to escape from their enemies, and thirdly, they move to find shelter from heat, rain, and cold. Now, animals they move in very many different ways. Some move slowly and some move very fast. Some move over small distances and some move over long distances too. Now, we will be looking at different methods or different modes of movement based on the kind of habitat that the animals live in. So what are those different methods? These are the methods. Okay, the first one is animals that move on land. This is the first one. The second one is those animals which can fly, and the third category over here is animals that can swim. So let us start with those animals that move on land. Okay. So most animals like lions, tigers, elephants, etc. walk on four limbs. The front limbs are called the forelimbs and the ones behind are called hind limbs. Now let us see how these forelimbs and hind limbs help these animals to move on land. The first one we have here are the good runners. Cheetah, horse, gazelles, zebras and foxes, all these are the good runners animals. So children, can you identify these animals? Yes, you can identify. Okay, here is a lion, here is a horse. Okay, so I know you all will be able to identify all these fast runners animals. They have got very strong and muscular legs, and with the help of their very strong legs they are able to run very fast. The second category we have it over here are the hoppers. Okay, you can see a rabbit over here as well as a hares. So they hop instead of walking. Their hind limbs are strong and longer than their forelimbs, and that is why they are able to hop around. Next one is us, like we humans. We all humans can stand upright and walk on two legs. Their arms are the forelimbs, and the arrangement of the thumb and other fingers help humans to lift, hold, and grab the things. And if you talk about animals, okay, if you talk about animals like us, they are not able to hold or lift or to grab the things properly like we human beings can. Okay, so this is the major difference between us humans as well as between animals. Our hind limbs, that is our legs, which helps us to move properly, to walk here and there or to run, etc. Okay, and similarly our front limbs, that is like our hands. Okay, which helps us to hold the things, to lift the things or to grab the things properly. Now only human beings are having this kind of special feature, and no other animals can have this kind of special feature like us. Alright, so next category we have it over here is this one. As you can see, the crocodiles, lizards and tortoise. Okay, so these animals they use their four short legs to crawl. Okay, as you can see children, that their legs are very small in size. Okay, it is not the size of these animals are not like the animals those who are those who come in the category of good runners. Okay, so that is why, since they have a very short legs, they are not able to run properly, or I would say they are not able to walk properly. So that is why how they move themselves by crawling. Okay, so if somebody asks you a question like which all animals crawls, okay, so what should be your answer? Your answer should be crocodiles, lizards and tortoises are those animals which crawl. Fine. We have got one more category to discuss over here, and that category is about those animals which do not have legs at all. Okay, for example, this snake you can see, as well as this worms you can see. Okay, they are not having legs. But how do these animals walk without having legs over there? So how do they move? A snake moves. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the movement of a snake. How do snake moves? A snake moves by curving and straightening its body. Okay, I'm repeating the word, I'm repeating the sentences. How do snake moves? A snake moves by curving and straightening its body. Similarly, when I talk about a worm, now let's talk about a worm, how this worm is moving. A worm shortens and elongates its body repeatedly to move. Okay, now what does it mean by shortens and elongates its body repeatedly to move? It simply means that these worms move by simply contracting and extracting their body parts. So how does snake moves? By curving and straightening its body. And what about worm? By contracting and expanding their body. Okay, it's not extracting, it's expanding. Fine. Now next category we have it over here is the insects. Now all insects have 6 legs. Ants and beetles use their legs for walking. A grasshopper uses its powerful hind legs to hop. Now this completes the animals that move on land. Now next we shall discuss about those animals that can fly. We all know this, right? The examples are birds. So birds use their wings to fly. The wings are actually their forelimbs. So by moving the wings up and down, birds push themselves through the air. Okay, I'm repeating how it works. The by moving the wings, these are the wings over here. Okay, by moving the wings up as well as down, birds push themselves through the air. So the bodies of birds are small and light, making it easy for them to fly. Now what about their hind limbs? Birds use their hind limbs to perch on trees, walk on land and even hop. Okay, by mistake the spelling I have written which is wrong over here. The right spelling of trees is TREES. Fine. Okay, now apart from this we also have some kind of birds which cannot fly, and they are the ostrich, emu as well as the penguin. So all these three birds cannot fly because of their heavy bodies and poorly developed wings. Okay, you all can see, children, by seeing the image itself you can identify that these birds, okay, the size or the weight of these birds are very heavy. So that is why, because of their heavy body sized and of having a poorly developed wings, they are not able to fly, but they are good runners. Just now we studied that birds need to be small and light weighted so that they can fly, but here these birds are not at all small in size as well as light weighted. They are heavy in size, that is why they are not able to fly. Now under this, let's talk about flying insects. All right, so houseflies, mosquitoes, butterflies, moths and bees are called as flying insects. They can fly because they have got light and small bodies as well as light wings. Okay, now when you look at those animals which can swim, these animals have also adapted their bodies to swim in their habitat, which is water. If you see fish, for example, fish swim by moving their body from side to side, and they have got three types of fins that help in balancing, changing position and stopping. Fins act like oars. Now, what is an oars? How you can understand the meaning of this oars? This oar is like a stick which the boatsmen usually use to push the water to move forward. All right. There are also certain insects like water boatmen that uses its leg as an oars to swim. Okay, these are their legs of a water boatman. They use their legs to swim. Apart from this, we have got certain animals which use their legs to swim in water. For example, as you can see, these are the prawns over here and these are the tadpoles over here. And how they swim by using their own legs. All right. And if you see certain amphibians like frog, they have got a webbed feet. Okay, by seeing this picture, I hope you'll be able to understand how the webbed feet look like. So frogs swim by kicking the water with their webbed hind legs. So in this way, the frog is moving or swimming, I can say. Fine. Now next one here is the turtles. Now turtles, they use their flippers for swimming. Okay, now where are the flippers? Okay, so these are the flippers. So with the help of flippers, turtles can swim. And if you can remember that we spoke about penguins, that penguins cannot fly, that is true, but at the same times penguins have wings, and those wings act like a flippers. So that is why if those wings are acting like a flippers, act like a flippers, so I can say that the penguins can swim. All right, so you always need to keep it in mind that penguins have wings but they cannot fly, but those wings act like flippers. That is why they are able to swim. Alright, so we have completed with the second part of the chapter. I hope you all have understood well. In the next part of the chapter, we will be going to continue with migration. Thank you and God bless you all.